Today, many Christian theologians would tell us that we should not concern ourselves with what the New Testament describes as the law. If that is true, why do New Testament writers keep telling us that the law is good? In the book of 1 Timothy, the Apostle Paul tells us that the end of the commandment, its intended purpose, is charity out of a pure heart, and of a good conscience, and of faith unfeigned. He goes on to say that some had turned aside into vain jangling, that desiring to be teachers of the law, they really did not understand what they were saying. Even so, Paul tells us that the law is good if a man uses it lawfully. A close examination of the difference between the Sadducees and the scribes and Pharisees provides great insight as to the message Timothy was trying to convey. The scribes and Pharisees were in charge of the synagogues and what they perceived to be oral law, traditions that supposedly superseded biblical Torah, the written word. When Jesus quoted Scripture, that did not slow them down one bit. They went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. Jesus said that they rejected the commandment of God in order that they might keep their own tradition. On the other hand, the Sadducees were in charge of the temple and of the Sanhedrin. The high priests were of the line of Zadok, traced from Eleazar and Aaron. They believed in the written Torah and rejected the oral laws advanced by the scribes and Pharisees. When Jesus quoted Scripture, we find that he put the Sadducees to silence. Jesus himself plainly stated that he did not come to destroy the law, that those commandments would remain in effect as long as heaven and earth exist. What Jesus was coming against was not the laws of God, but rather the tradition of the elders that made void the true intent of the law. Timothy tells us that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient. The question arises, disobedient to what? There is only one good answer: to the commandments of our Creator. Just as in times past, today we find a lot of vain jangling, not from those who want to be teachers of the law, but from those who want to teach us to disobey. According to Timothy, the law was made for those kind of folks. Earnestly contending for the faith once delivered to the saints, I'm Richard Reeves with Just the Facts.